It definitely gave me more responsibility being in the council when I was in 8th grade. So I was ready to take on more responsibility when I was in high school. And I think that helped me grow as a person, definitely.
Yeah, it just, 'cause after the 8th grade council, it was kind of like, okay, what now? We don't have this anymore. So going into high school, figuring out student government, which was the closest thing we had to the council, was a great thing because we were just so empowered of the things that we did in the 8th grade council that we just wanted to continue doing that forward. So student government was a huge outweigh for us. And for me especially, like that's a huge part of the reason why I still want to be an educator myself. It wasn't until, the years, because it's been 5 years since we've been in this council, and it wasn't until after that I realized how like priceless this opportunity was and how much it still affects me to this day and how much I really am grateful for it. So what I would tell the future members is just to live in the moment, and look for your reason, because I found my reason in this council, and you don't have to look, far away.
It's right there in
it's
front of
literally
you.
right in front of you. So just live in the moment and take every opportunity, like she said, because you're gonna get a lot of opportunities being in this council, like a lot. So you don't want to miss out.
Pillows for Kiddos, that was honestly one of my favorite parts of the council, because like it would be like a Saturday morning and we'd all come in like tired and hungry, but there would be like snacks on the table, and then like when we gave the kids their pillows, it was just so sweet to like see them, and they were so happy. They would hug their pillow, and that was just the looks on their faces. It just made me so happy, I guess. It was a really good feeling, that project that we did.
After doing the community service projects, it did make you feel super empowered. Just helping out your community is always a good thing, and actually being able to do it with people you care about was another great plus to it. And then just seeing the impact you made on your community was super impactful, and it just it keeps you going. It's a huge motivator for, I think, the board meetings was super cool as well. Like having kids involved.
Knew them, and they were up there.
And they would speak and just report on the schools from their city. So that was also super cool to see and experience. Even though me and her weren't on the board, but it was still cool to see
our friends up there,
talking about our schools, and we were the ones to give them the information about our schools.
Yeah, because we would report to them, and then at the same time, like because we were on the council, like we had these personal connections with the board members, and we like knew them, and they were people like, it was just because you like see them up there and you're like, wow, like they're all like big and stuff, but then they talk to you and you have like a relationship with them,
so cool.
and you connect, and you're like, there's people like me.
Yeah.
I can do that,
It's like super cool seeing people from the audience too, seeing kids at a board meeting. I think a lot of teachers from the district were kind of confused to see students up there, but it's also super cool, I think, for the teachers as well to see the type of things that we're doing.
See, I thought when I first joined that they were going to be very boring, like I wouldn't know what they were talking about. It was just going to be difficult to understand, and I was going to be sitting there for an hour and a half, like not doing anything. But they were actually like part of my favorite part of the council, because I got to see how the board meetings worked and like how they came to decisions. They would take votes, and then those votes directed us and our schools and what our schools did differently and what we were able to do. It was a really good time in my life. I made so many friends. I made so many memories. It just really means the world to me.
It means the world. There's no words to put it. I know it sounds crazy, and I know when me and Sabrina are together, a lot of our friends probably get annoyed because of how much we talk about the council and
we have a lot of inside jokes
we had.
and stuff.
It's crazy, but like I said, it really means the world because it gave me a path in my life, and that I'm still following, and it's all because of this council. So it's the world. As an 8th grader, you don't really know what you want to do. You're just kind of there for the experience of school. But after leaving, it was like I was really set on being a teacher, and then I was like, no, I don't want to be a teacher. I want to be a superintendent. I want to work in the board and do all the stuff that you guys were doing. So it means everything because it gave me a purpose and everything. So
it gave like a different point of view where you're an 8th grader, you don't know anything, you live in your own life, and then all of a sudden you're thrown into this council full of like people you don't know, and you become so close with them so quickly, and you get to see what a difference you can make in people's lives, and in your own life. It's just a change. So it's really crazy that we were part of it.
Yeah, it's like opened so many doors for me.
And like you still know everyone, like you still keep it, like we keep in contact with you guys, and it means a lot to us that we have good influences in our lives.
Yeah.
We're always here for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry now.
So, I know.
And you get to brag to your friends about it. All the cool stuff that you get to do, going to trips and stuff, that was my favorite part. I get to come back to my classroom and be like, well, I went to Denver with my friends, or I got to go to Stanford. Like, what did you do? So yeah, I'd say it's definitely an opportunity that you want to be a part of.
Yeah.